What is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Justin and you guys are here with Justin. So did you just get a tattoo a couple weeks ago and now that it is fully healed, you're starting to see lighter spots on your tattoo than you would have hoped, or you're literally missing ink and you think you need a touch-up? Well, in today's video I'm going to be going over what touch-ups are, how they work, and when you should get them. Also, I'm going to be getting my leg touched up as well in this video. I'm going to be going to the shop, I'm going to be going to Stabby's, I'm going to be talking to a couple artists, and I'm going to be asking them some questions that you, the subscribers, have asked me to ask them. Also, I'm going to be talking about tipping. I'm going to be going over certain situations where tattoo touch-ups might be a little hard to do. And then finally, we're going to be talking about if Saniderm is useful or not in these kind of situations with touch-ups. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys are new to the channel, I do want to welcome you. In this channel, we pretty much talk about all things that are tattoo related, my experience, opinions on certain topics, but most importantly, guys, my journey towards getting my amazing tattoos and working toward an awesome bodysuit. I got some great news. I have booked another appointment with Brandon. You know, he's an awesome artist. He's a great guy. He's been killing my leg. And now that we are working towards the thigh, it's going to be a bigger piece. It's going to be even badder piece. And you know, this is another great reason to go subscribe and join the community. But you know, let's get to today's video, guys. Let's go. So this is just going to be a little disclaimer to everybody that every artist is different. Touch-ups are pretty much how they sound. They're touching up a piece that you just got. Sometimes in the healing process, you lose a little bit of ink, or you know, just ink was not deposited far enough. And now that the tattoo is finally healed after about 3 weeks, you finally start to see little spots that are a little lighter than you would have hoped, or you're literally missing ink from the healing process and it just did not stick well. That's why touch-ups are there. They're just to kind of go over any spots that were missed, or you know, it just didn't heal properly. That you paid for a tattoo, you're obviously going to want it to be exactly how you want it. Now, I'm going to be going to get my tattoo touched up as well in this video. The Anubis I got done a little over a month ago, and very little needs to be touched up on that. I have my sarcophagus as well. That was done about 7 months ago, and little things need to be touched up on that side a little more. The pyramids are a little lighter than I would have hoped they would be, so now we're going to go in and we're going to darken them up a bit. And then also a couple little things in the face, and you know, little things here and there on the back of the calf as well that needs to be touched up where it blends together. I did post on my community page some questions that you guys may have, the subscribers, about what touch-ups are and would like to ask an artist. And since I'm going to be going to Stabby's, the tattoo shop where I'm getting it done, I'm going to be asking a couple of the artists there about these questions. But again, remember that every artist is different and you should always talk to them before getting the tattoo on how touch-ups and how they go about touch-ups before getting it done, just so you have a better understanding and you're not kind of throwing a curveball later on and you need a touch-up done. Now we're going to go get my Anubis and my sarcophagus and the lower leg touched up. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about all the other things that you guys have been wondering, and like I said. Ready? So I can do it.
Okay, I think I've got to connect the shading up here.
Oh,
you ready?
Fucking hell. And we are back, guys. I hope you guys liked that. That was a really short kind of session, and that's the one thing I really like about touch-ups, is just the sessions are very fast. You go in and it's just little spots here and there that need to be worked, so you don't have to go in and expect to spend about another 8 hours if your tattoo is that long to begin with. You don't have to do that again. You can go in and expect it to be maybe 1 to 2 hours max. The pain is definitely not that bad, especially because you're just hitting little spots here and there, so that area really isn't getting abused too much by the needle. It's kind of getting one spot and then another spot and then another spot, and then also they're not going as deep. You know, they already have a base kind of going, so they just need to go over a bit more. But that's pretty much it, my whole experience. The Anubis didn't really need much. The sarcophagus and pyramids need a little more work, and then he kind of did a little more on the back in terms of blending it together, adding some asteroids, and then filling in the base a bit more to make it look more like a complete kind of sleeve and where it ends. It was a great experience. I love going for touch-ups just because it's fun to always go back under the needle, but I also want to make sure you guys know that you want to treat this like another tattoo appointment. It's still going under the needle. You're still getting tattooed. So you guys want to be prepared when going to this appointment. You still want to get a good amount of sleep. You still want to have a good meal beforehand just so your body doesn't go into any kind of shock when you're getting tattooed. You know, bring your distractions, bring your AirPods, bring your movies, and then also be prepared on where that tattoo is. If you're getting a tattoo on the arm, don't wear a long sleeve. Don't wear a t-shirt. Like me, I was getting it on my lower leg. I wasn't going to wear joggers, so I made sure to bring shorts. Think ahead. But now we're going to go into the questions that you guys had. So the first question we have is, how do you feel about doing touch-up on other artists' work? Now, there were a couple different opinions on this, and that was, you know, if it's a bad tattoo, they don't really mind doing it, and they said they don't mind doing it just because they can really help the customer out and giving them a new kind of piece. But if it's a decent or good piece already, they don't like doing it just because they feel it's disrespectful to the artist already that did that piece. And then also, I just want to leave you with this, is you will be paying for a touch-up on somebody else's work. The next question that we have is, what is the maximum time frame you can get a touch-up done within? So this one, it was kind of a vague answer because it depends on the artist again as well. But usually the time frame is about 2 to 6 months. So the next question is, how does your artist price a touch-up? Now, there's going to be two outcomes to this. Either it's going to be free or you're going to pay. Now, free, it's usually in the time span that, you know, that is still given. And then you're going to pay usually if it's been years and years and years later and you finally want to touch up, or it healed really, really bad and, you know, you got to pay them for their time. They usually charge, I feel, they don't really charge you the same hourly rate they would on a tattoo because you've already gone to work by them. So they'll charge you a little less in terms of, you know, maybe hooking it up a bit, because that's, again, work they've already done if it's their work. You gotta pay for just kind of the supplies and their time. Nobody's time is free. And then also, if the tattoo healed really, really badly too, they may charge you for that as well. This is a good question. I'm sure a couple of you are going to be asked and wondering, if you get a bad cut or scrape on a tattoo that leaves a visible scar, is it easy to touch up, or can that be a challenge? So the quick answer is yes. Scars and all that are harder to touch up because it is denser and it's thicker skin, and the ink doesn't hold as well in this, and also it is more painful to get tattooed over scars. Another good question is the healing period the same? 2 weeks again, or are we more free to do stuff like go to the gym, etc.? You do heal faster usually with touch-ups. They already have a base, so they only have to go a little over the top and just, you know, kind of darken it up. I still would not recommend you go to the gym right after getting a touch-up. Maybe wait about a week or so. Again, it's still an open wound and anything can get in, and you can still eventually ruin your tattoo. So the last question we have is, do they ever get annoyed when somebody comes in with a touch-up and is being nitpicky? Now, I'm sure for any of us, if we were working at our job and a customer came in and was being very nitpicky, we'd be annoyed. And that's what they said too. It's annoying sometimes, but what they also said too was, you're there already getting the touch-up done. Don't be afraid to just speak your mind and ask them about anything that you may want to be done. The needle's already out, so it's better to just say it and then see what they think as well. They may agree with you or they may not. It's always just better to be vocal and see where it goes from there, and trust your artist's opinion as well on the whole touch-up. Now we're just going to get into a couple more things on where touch-ups may be hard in certain situations. So the first one is your artist is a guest artist and you want touch-up. So in my certain case, for my 2 sleeves, I had my artist Evo do them, and he is a guest artist. He lives in Valencia, Spain. That's where he resides. He comes to Toronto every couple of years and does some guest work. In these certain situations, you gotta kind of talk with them first, and then also the shop. Usually they're pretty forthgiving on it. Sometimes the shop may offer another artist to do the tattoo in terms of the touch-up, or you can wait a long time until that artist comes back. The next one is your artist doesn't work at that shop anymore. In this circumstance, you're going to have to go to where that artist is. Sometimes you have to follow him to another shop, talk with him and ask him, hey, do I need I need a touch-up done? Are you able to do it at this shop? And see what they say. They should be good with that. But again, it also depends on the shop's rules and all that. And then also, again, like I said in the previous one, talk to the main shop that the artist left from. Maybe they can get another artist to tattoo you and do a touch-up. Maybe you won't have to pay. Maybe you will. Depends. It all depends on the shop and the artist. Pretty much all these questions are going to kind of be vague because it all depends on everybody else's situation. So has your artist moved out of the country? In this kind of situation, you're kind of F. Just because you're going to have to literally go to them in the circumstance of wanting a touch-up done to get a tattoo and the touch-up. So in this kind of situation, there's no way around it. Unless they come back for a visit or you go to see them, there's no way you're going to get a touch-up by them. Your artist passed away? Yeah, unless you die too and go get a touch-up in heaven or hell, that's the only way you're getting a touch-up done by them. In this circumstance, you're going to have to talk and pay somebody else to do the work and do the touch-up for you because there's no way around death. Now, how about this one? You found a new artist that is better and you want him to touch up a pre-existing tattoo. In this circumstance, you are definitely going to have to talk to that artist first, see if they're willing to do it, and touch up that other person's artwork to begin with. And then if they do, you will be paying for this touch up, because that is not their work, and that is, again, their time that they're giving you to touch it up, and they're using their supplies. So you'll have to pay for their time, supplies, and their work in general. So that is that one. And then the last one is, if you treated your tattoo badly and want a free touch up, this depends on the artist. Some artists may kind of take it to offense that you treated their work so badly and may charge you for that badly healed tattoo. And I'm saying this badly healed tattoo, that is on you. You did not take care of it. You went swimming, you went tanning right when you got the tattoo done. And they can kind of tell when a tattoo isn't healed on you. So if they see this, they will probably maybe charge you. They also may feel a little pissed off at you for treating their work that they put so much time into badly. So now I'm just going to talk about tipping a bit. I have done a video on tipping if you guys want to go check that out, where I go into more depth on how it all works and stuff. Tipping is just a way to show your appreciation. It's all optional. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I believe it's the right thing to do. Now, I tipped Brandon $150 for this touch up. I know you may look at it and say that's a lot of money for a touch up, but that's also because I didn't tip him enough, I believed, in my eyes, on the original tattoo. But the extra $100 was just, first, show extra appreciation for all the time, hard work, and passion that he's put into this tattoo. I absolutely love it, so it was my way of showing, appreciation as well. And then the extra $50 was just, for the shop. I wanted him to go buy coffees or lunch for the shop on me, because they've treated me so well. Tipping is optional. I don't believe in the 15 to 20% kind of tipping range that that applies to restaurants, bars, and all that. I believe whatever you can afford and whatever you can give to show appreciation to your artist is what matters most in a tip. You don't have to give a tip per se. You can give some kind of other thing, maybe a little present or something, but just show your appreciation to the artist, because they will really love and appreciate and will remember you in the long term. So the last thing I want to talk about is Saniderm. Now, I've had Saniderm on my tattoo for this part. I really didn't think I was going to need Saniderm from the touch-up, just because with touch-ups, there are kind of little placements here and there. It's not done in like a nice big spot. So I thought it'd be a waste of product, especially in my situation where it was such a big piece. But when I got finished with the tattoo and the touch-up, I realized that there were some certain spots. Obviously, he just did here and there, but there was also a spot like the face of the sarcophagus and then the pyramids that he did focus a lot on and did touch up a lot. And in those spots, I put the Saniderm on just because I felt it was worth it to put it on. Now, I still have it on my face of the sarcophagus. It is working great. I feel like I don't have to worry about it. I did have to take it off on the pyramids just because there was kind of some pain coming about, and that's just because the ankle, the movement. So I learned from my past tattoo about irritation, and that was going to happen the same thing, so I took it off right away, and now I'm doing the traditional method. I have to say the traditional method does suck compared to the regular Saniderm method, just because I don't like doing that anymore. I like kind of not having to worry. Plus, the tattoo heals just as good, if not better, with Saniderm on. If you guys have small tattoos and you get a touch-up done, you can use Saniderm. If you have a big tattoo like mine where it wraps around the whole leg, it's kind of not worth it in this situation, just because you're going to be wasting a lot of money in terms of the product and then time. It's just sometimes easier just to do the traditional method in that kind of sense, if you kind of just have little knickknacks here and there, spots that are being touched up. But that's my 2 cents on the whole situation with Saniderm. If you did get some knowledge, or you learned something new, or if you just liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. I always appreciate that. It helps in the algorithm. And then if you are an artist, let me know how you guys go about touching up a tattoo. If you guys charge, if you don't, or the time spent and all that. Let me know as a customer what you guys do in terms of going for touch-ups. And then also, if you guys are new to the channel, just go subscribe, join the community. Like I said, this tattoo, this leg sleeve is going to be amazing. That's done by Brandon. So you don't want to miss that or any other content. But I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, Justin out. Later, guys.